new stadiums in the world, and it's the future home of the Oakland Athletics. Located in Las Vegas, this new $1.75 billion stadium will feature a retractable roof, breathtaking views of the city's skyline, and cutting-edge design elements. But behind the excitement, the project is drawing attention for its public funding, with hundreds of millions of dollars coming from taxpayer money. And this comes after years of frustration in Oakland, where fans felt abandoned by the team's ownership, which many believe neglected their former home. For one of the more contentious stories in the US sports world, this is the future Las Vegas Stadium. On September 26, 2024, in front of nearly 47,000 fans, the Oakland A's played their final game in Oakland, a bittersweet farewell amid deep frustrations with team ownership. Earlier in the season, fans expressed their anger by boycotting the opener, buying tickets but staying outside to hold a block party. The team's longtime home, the Oakland Coliseum, has been widely criticized as outdated and neglected, described by the New York Times in 2017 as a bland, charmless concrete monstrosity in America's most hated sports stadium. Many fans attribute the Oakland Coliseum's poor condition to management deliberately neglecting upgrades, contributing to a sharp decline in attendance. For the past 4 years, the A's have ranked last in attendance among all American League teams. In May of 2021, the MLB allowed the A's to explore relocation
Hello and welcome to Sportsman, where we take a sports story and we spin it. I'm Sun-EB7 and thank you for joining. Happy Friday, by the way. Yeah, I wanted to make a quick video. And you probably already seen that I'm only doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday because the football season is over. Basketball season is in. I don't want to cover fights and injuries and crap like that. I'd rather talk about the game and the things that surround the game, but it's not really panning out right now. So we'll slow down for now. Plus, I got some other projects that I'm working on. So there's that, right? But you saw the video up front. They're talking about expansion. And I had a video about a month, 2 months ago where I was talking about the NBA and the NFL expansion. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing Seattle get a new team. I know everybody that watched, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s basketball. Remember Sean Kemp and the gang, the glove, and all those guys. Seattle used to have great teams. That's the Oklahoma City now. It's time for them to come back. And who's not going to watch a game between the Seattle Supersonics, because I would imagine they're going to keep that name, and the Oklahoma City Thunder? That's going to be an internal rivalry. I see it coming. And look at the speed by which they're doing that. They're actually coming out saying that 28, 29, they're going to be playing. That's quick. You know, by all standards, that's quick. Usually you hear the buzz and then it's got to go through all these cities and votes and they got to choose. Oh, ain't none of that happening. They've already had the discussion. They just set up a 30-team vote, and within 2 years they're going to have 32 teams. So that is some awesome news. Now, of course, they got to keep it even, so they're adding 2 teams. Guess who the other team is? Yeah, I could have guessed it. I probably did. It's Vegas. Vegas is getting one of the last of the big 3, football, basketball, baseball, one of the last of the big 3 professionals. Now, I said one of the last for a reason. Watch the show tomorrow and you'll see. Monday, because I ain't even doing it tomorrow. Monday, watch the show on Monday and you'll see. Spoiler alert, there's one more pro team that's coming to Vegas, and it's already in play. Matter of fact, they're going to play before the NBA. So, that said, I go back to the fact that I'm glad that Seattle's getting a team. Vegas is getting a team. There's one concern I have about Vegas getting a team, and that's that it's going to contribute to the problem that Vegas has already developed lately. And that is the high costs, the rising costs in the Vegas area. Now, Vegas, everybody knows that was an adult playground, and when I say that, I'm not talking about all the side stuff. I'm just talking about a great city with great architecture and gimmicks and everything down there. The whole Vegas experience has always been a great one. That's why I used to go like 5 times a year. But recently, since the guys with the tablets and the pen and pencil, they came in, they're basically going to turn this into another Tinseltown. They're going to turn it into another LA. It's between that and Dallas, because Hollywood is moving to Dallas, from what I understand. So, California was a bad idea. I don't care what nobody say. That's one of the worst ideas out there. California is, I could think of many, many things wrong with California except for that coastline. The coastline, how beautiful it is, all that. But everything in California is, you say what you want. You can have what you want. But I got family up and down California, and I go to California. I used to go all the time. I stayed 2 summers in California. And I saw more what was wrong with California than I saw right. Now, it's beautiful over there. Don't get me wrong, but that's the thing. Whenever there's something that's beautiful, they'll use it against the people. I say that because where's the highest cost of living in the country? It ain't New York, it's California. The highest taxes, the biggest laws. That 3 strikes rule came in California first before they did it anywhere else. And it became garbage. Got to get a traffic ticket. And it was his 3rd strike. Got to do 25 years. It was the dumbest shit. See, and that's what I'm saying. Everything I see wrong with the United States, it starts in California. I'm not saying they're the only one. Florida, oh, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I'm just saying, I think they're going to start moving out of there into these other cities. And that's what it looks like is happening now. But back to basketball and the expansion. So Vegas is going to have a team. Where they're going to put that stadium is going to be interesting. And so you have Vegas and Seattle. Now, one of the things he said, if you watch the video up front, he said that one of the teams that's current going to have to go to the East. I didn't understand. Well, I guess because they're going to divide them. So they're going to say, well, one team is going to go East and one team going to go West. But it sounded like he said they're going to put them both. Oh, he did. He said they're both going to be in the West. And either Minnesota or Memphis will go East. Now, I can see Memphis being East since they're so far south. But I don't understand the movement. Why put them both in the West? Oh, because they're in the West? They're positioned in the West? That would make sense. But Minnesota's West, too. Even though they're in the Central, they're West. Memphis ain't East, but it's more East than Minnesota is. When you look at the Earth's tilt and the latitude and longitude, yeah, Minnesota's more East Memphis is more East than Minnesota. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think they should come in and just put them. But, it's not like all of them are positioned where they belong. They do it how they do it. They're bringing them in, and that's what's important. And they're probably bringing them in both in the West so that they can have that rivalry with Oklahoma City, too. So that's a smart move when you look at it. But the last question I have about this is, does San Diego not like basketball? Because we're recycling cities, and I have no problem. Vegas is not a recycle, but Seattle is, and I have no problem with that one. But why not bring in 4 and get you 2 cities that don't have a team, that's never had a team, that wants a team? I'll say San Diego, they don't like basketball. They supported a football team for years. What about Kansas City, St. Louis? They supported a professional team before. The St. Louis Hawks and the Kansas City Kings. Kings is out in California and the Hawks is over in Atlanta. So they've supported teams before. Why not try them again? I just think they should bring some more cities in. Make it a little more interesting. Basketball is getting boring. To a certain extent. Their type of play is not... there's young people that go, oh, Gen Z. The 90s. I'm sick of talking about the 90s. They play so much better while calling them gay. Anyway... This is not a better quality of basketball. You might have better talent now. You got a 7-foot KD shooting jumpers like he a 5'8", 5'9" guard. Yeah, you might have that. But the play, the way it is, like for instance, here's an example. I'm gonna do this real quick. The last time you saw a guard in the NBA, 80s or 90s or early 2000s, the last time you saw a guard past 6'8", say 6'9", if you saw one at that, he damn near controlled the league. His name was Magic Johnson. What I'm simply saying is KD is 6'11", can play ball like he's 6 foot, but he can't control the game. Magic did. So there's your example right there. You've got a 6'11" KD who is out of his mind with talent and you know, the attributes. The 7 foot, he's pretty much a 7-footer playing out top. That is unheard of. And well, no, not really, because you had Tracy McGrady. But even Tracy McGrady, when you take Tracy McGrady and you take KD, you know, no, this is no jab against KD. He's going to be great. He's already great. He's, you know, all that stuff. But I'm just comparing them to the time before. Now, you don't want that if you're a player for today, because you don't want to be compared to them because you feel like you better and all that. Pull up the accolades. Pull up the shit they did. You know, there's not an argument. So they need to do more. KD needed to take over more. He needed to be a little more selfish because KD's an unselfish player. I'll give him that. He's unselfish, like LeBron. LeBron's unselfish. If they got a guy, if LeBron or KD is playing with Curry, they're unselfish. They're going to let him get his. If Jordan was playing on a team with Curry, Curry would never have gotten that many shots off. I'm just saying, it wouldn't have never happened. Jordan would have took over the game with the best shooter in the game right next to him. It is what it is. I'm not saying he should have done it. I'm just saying he would have. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, just remember, this sports story has been spun. Take care.